Hey guys, Connor here at etrailer.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Konig self-tensioning tire chains for our 2018 Ford Explorer with tire size 255/50/20. So our Konig tire chains here are going to be an excellent option for our Ford Explorer. What really sets these apart from the competitors is number one, they are super easy to install, probably the easiest to install tire chains that we offer. They're self-tensioning as well, which means we don't have to make any adjustments after our initial install, whereas other chains would require us to make adjustments after we've drove around a little bit and the chains have adjusted. However, these self-tensioning tire chains won't require that because everything is done automatically, which means you don't have to worry about doing this yourself. So in addition to the self-tensioning mechanism, I really like these particular tire chains for a few other reasons. Number one, we have our D-shaped links here, which are going to provide great traction in both snow and ice. Number two, we have a diamond-shaped pattern. And what this diamond-shaped pattern does, again, it's going to offer better traction when we compare to ladder-style chains, because there's going to be more coverage with the road and the tire. And number two, this diamond pattern is just going to ride a lot smoother, again, when we compare it to the ladder-style chains. So a couple other features of our Konig tire chains is, we see this outer chain here, this is actually coated. So what that's going to do is when we're installing these out in the cold, it's not going to freeze our hands as much, it's just going to be a lot easier to work with. We compare it to the cross chains here. Now in addition to that, we're actually going to show you how to install these nylon bumpers on the outsides of the chain here, which are going to offer protection from your wheels, which is going to be a huge added feature that not most tire chains have. So our Konig tire chains here are a premium option. And with this premium option, we're going to get more than just the chains themselves. As you can see here, we have this nice, durable, handy hard case, which we can keep in the vehicle while the chains are not in use. In addition to this, something else that Konig does that I really like, the instructions are laminated. So when we're installing these tire chains, we're going to be out in the snow, which is wet, which could damage most paper instructions. However, our laminated instructions here are going to last much longer. Now in addition to this, we have our nylon bumpers, which are going to offer protection for our wheels. We have a kneeling pad, which again is going to be useful when we're installing these out in the wet snow. And last but not least, we have a couple spare links here that we could use if we ever have any damage on our tire chains. So in regards to installation, these self-tensioning tire chains are going to be an excellent option and probably one of the best on the market, in my opinion that is. We only have a few connection points, one at the back side of the tire, one down here at the bottom, and one here in the center to link the two cables together. They're going to self-tension as we drive, so we don't have to worry about any adjustments. So let's go ahead and show you how easy these are to install yourself. So the first step of our installation today, we want to take our tire chains out of the box. We want to lay them out on the floor in front of us. We want to get rid of any kinks or tangles, just sort of loosely lay them out. Now it does matter which way the chain faces down, because if we take a look here, we see the opened end of the hook. So the open end of the hook actually needs to face the ground. So we need to go ahead and turn our chains around like so. So the open end of the hook is facing the ground. So now that we have the chains laid out, we can go ahead and wrap them around the back side of our tire here. If we make a note of the middle waypoint where the two chains split, that's going to line up with the center of our tire. So what we're going to do is take the chain and the cable, loop it around the back side of the tire. Just like this. And then we're going to take our two cabled ends here, and we're going to come around the back side of the tire and make the connection at the top. Just like so. And once we have that locked in, we can go ahead and begin draping the rest of our chain over the face of our tire. Now we can go ahead and make our first connection, which we see we have a red hook here, and we have the red part of our chain. Simply attach those two together like so, and then at this time we can go ahead and readjust the cable so the center of the chain sits on the center of the tire. That way we have the best coverage and traction. So now our next step here is to take our end of our cable here, as well as the ratcheting mechanism we see at the bottom. What we're going to do is we're going to feed this cable into this channel As we pull back that lever, then we're going to pull tight. That's going to lock in place like so. Then we can take the other retractable end of the hook here and attach it to the loop end of the cable, just like that. Now the final step of our installation here would be to go ahead and install our nylon bumpers. Now keep in mind, it is not required, but I do recommend you install these. They're going to sit about right here on the chain, on all these cross sections. And what these are going to do is they're essentially going to make sure we don't have any contact between the wheel and chain, so we don't have to worry about any damage to our wheels. So now that we have everything fitted up, we actually don't need to make any more adjustments, because these are the self-tightening tire chains that Konig offers, which essentially means the tension is going to increase as we drive down the road. So we're going to get a snug fit with our tire chains on our tires. We don't have to worry about any more adjustments. And that's going to do it today for the Konig self-tightening tire chains for our 2018 Ford Explorer.